Another aspect of transportation is air traffic. Regional airports across Illinois face a difficult balance, maintain routes for travelers and the destinations that they'd like to get to, as well as keeping costs low and prices, ridership, I should say, up. WSIU's Benji Jeffords takes a closer look at the transition to a new carrier at Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois.
Starting August 1st, Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois will begin offering a new destination with a new airline carrier. Cape Air currently offers flights to St. Louis and Nashville on a 9-seat plane, but some big changes are coming soon. The U.S. Department of Transportation provides federal funding to the Essential Air Service program to guarantee small communities maintain a regular schedule of flights with access to the National Air Transportation System. Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois is one of those airports supported by this subsidy. Airport Director Doug Kimmel says those contracts are up for bid every few years and only covers one airline.
Cape Air rebid, and Contour and another company called Southern Airways also bid. And the community, the airport and the communities are able to make recommendations to DOT as to which proposal they would like to see.
Kimmel says they get input from all the stakeholders in the region before they choose a proposal.
The federal government doesn't want to put federal dollars into a product or service that from the get-go isn't what the community wants. And by and large, the input we received through surveys and communications directly with individuals and businesses favored the proposal submitted by Contour Airlines with their regional jet aircraft providing service daily to Chicago O'Hare.
Contour Airlines CEO Matt Chaffetz says the jet used to have 50 seats, but it was redesigned with the passengers in mind for the 12 weekly flights.
2 round trips a day, Monday through Friday, with a single round trip on Saturday and Sunday, aboard our beautiful Embraer regional jets that have been reconfigured to seat only 30 passengers with extra legroom at every seat.
Kimmel says they expect to see passengers from the north utilizing the new service, which will also stimulate the economy in Southern Illinois.
Not just the ability for us to fly to the third busiest airport in the country and have all those options for connectivity and good airfare, but opening up our economy to the rest of the world. And that's part of the point of air service. It's the facilitation of the flow, right, of transportation and commerce and the benefits that can provide. And with a larger airplane, a faster airplane, people will take advantage of it.
Carbondale Economic Development Director Stephen Mitchell says the city saw the advantages of being able to get to or from Chicago in an hour-long flight.
Because it's connecting the two ends of the state, and there's so much potential, Chicago O'Hare, it's so much easier to get anywhere in the world from Chicago now. We just connected basically Southern Illinois to the rest of the world. One of the biggest complaints I've ever heard from businesses outside the area is there's no easy way to get to Southern Illinois. Now there is.
Mitchell says the city conducted a travel study just before the pandemic that produced some impressive results, which is why Carbondale leaders push for Contour Airlines.
That showed 700,000 visits between the Chicago area and Southern Illinois. 600,000 of those originated in Chicago, 100,000 originated in Southern Illinois. 35,000 of the ones that originated in Southern Illinois came from Carbondale.
Kimmel says the round-trip flights to O'Hare will be another part of the region's transportation infrastructure and will add to the regional economy.
You look at I-57 and development around Marion. You look at the importance of Highway 13 as the region's corridor and the businesses that continue to be developed around that. The importance of Amtrak to Carbondale and the surrounding area.
Chaffetz says they are keeping the fare under $100 to motivate people to try out the jet service and then become frequent users.
We're intentionally setting the fare low enough to try to get people to come out and recognize that this is a very different offering than what the airports had in the past. Not having had jet service in 40 or 50 years, it's going to take some awareness and re-education for people to understand that this offering is very different.
Kimmel says if there's enough usage, then Contour Airlines could add more destinations from Veterans Airport.
That's what the end goal is, really, to get an airline in here, increasing ridership to the point where they can be less reliant upon and at some point totally not reliant upon the federal subsidy. In here operating on their own, making money, adding flights, destinations outside of any federal contract, but just because it's the right thing to do for their business model to make money. And so the larger aircraft, the more comfortable, faster aircraft with service to the larger airport, all are going to bode well for that aspect.
Kimmel says the last time the airport had jet service was 1986, and they saw 30,000 passengers depart from Marion.
Our market has not decreased in size since then. If anything, obviously we've expanded. The demographics are huge as compared to what they were back then. The potential is huge as compared to what they were back then. It just takes the right product, the right service to capture. And we've never been as close to capturing that as we are here today.
For InFocus, I'm Benji Jeffords.